hello everybody, and welcome to episode 68 of the Let's Play world. So between episodes, I finished lining the inside of the skyscraper with stone, and it looks really, really good. Let me come on down here and show you kind of what I did here. So inside, about one block from the glass, there's like one block of space there. I just started lining it with stone, and I did it on this side and that side. Once I got up a little higher and started running into these, I did have to kind of wrap it a little bit, but I haven't done the back or this side. I feel like most of the time we're looking at the tower from either this side or from over here, so that was my motivation with starting with those two sides. It doesn't look terrible from this side, since I did the opposite side, we can't see all the way through. The only time it looks kind of lousy is if we get on the diagonal over here, because we can kind of see through it here. But I think most of the time, like I said, we're going to be on that side of the tower, so I think it's going to look pretty good, and we can get in there and finish this eventually. It's just not super critical. We're going to run down to the mine, and as you see, I added a glowing item frame with a pickaxe to signify this is where the mine is. So now we can see our symbol for our base and one for the mine, and we'll add some to the other portals as well. We haven't been down here in a long time. I did a lot more digging over here, as you can see. And what's interesting, like I was saying before, it's hard to gauge scale. So this, and from that line over, all of this, that's about 6 shulker boxes of stone, not counting all the stuff in between. So yeah, it's a lot, but again, 6 shulker boxes, that's just crazy, and that's about what it took to line the inside of the skyscraper. This space, I was thinking about it, if we wanted to do like a block museum where we collect like one of every block, this might be a cool space for it. I don't know, we'll have to figure out what to do with this once it's all dug out. That is as far as we're going in that direction. That's as far as we're going in that direction. That's as far as we're going in that direction. We have quite a ways to go on this side still. Basically, we're going 50 blocks from the beacon in every direction. So have all of this to dig out here. But yeah, it's a big old space. I'm not sure what we should do with it. So speaking of material collection, we have 4 more skyscrapers I want to build. The Salesforce building and the Park Avenue building, they're both going to be made out of concrete. The Aeon Center is a big, tall, white building, and I think I want to use quartz for this one. And then the Empire State Building actually has kind of a sandy color to it, and I think I want to use sandstone for that one. So these two, we might end up having to collect a lot of materials that we don't normally collect. This one will probably want to go into the Nether and do some mining. This one, either we'll need a ton of sand, or we'll have to dig deep and see if we can come up with some sandstone. So I want to add one more thing to our zoo project, and that is a Conservatory of Flowers, and that was suggested by Michael. So now I know we have an arboretum, which is a collection of trees, and we have the little plant museum underneath the arboretum. A Conservatory of Flowers, there's one in San Francisco that's very famous and very beautiful, and it's a really gorgeous building, and it houses these really exotic and lush gardens. And it'd be a nice addition to the zoo, I think, where basically we could have these nice gardens in the center of the zoo to kind of tie the whole thing together. I think it would be a nice build. So I had asked you guys if I should move the Mob Zoo entrance, and overwhelmingly you guys said that I should. So that's the next thing we're going to do. This road here is eventually going to extend all the way over here, and what I'd like to do is kind of decorate and build up this river so it looks a little more full, and then we'll build a bridge across that river, and right there across the bridge, that's going to be the entrance to the zoo. And there we have it. The gate to our mob zoo now resides over here. And like I said, we'll eventually get the road over here, and this will all link up, and then we'll have all of this space back here to dedicate to the environments and the mobs and all of that. It's going to be fantastic. Next thing I want to do is more work on this nether tunnel that goes down to our copper mine. As you can see, I've started adding armor in on some of these guys here. I think it looks pretty cool. Down here, it's a little more interesting looking, and so I want to use some glass in this tunnel so we can see a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to do it in the form of a time lapse. And there it is. I really like how the glass makes it feel like it kind of opens up, and the red glass blends in really nicely with the crimson forest. I think that looks really cool. Continued the same design. We've got these black stone supports, and it goes along a little bit, and then it starts to duck back under the netherrack. And then we get to this here where we're going to do a different design. So this is what I came up with. I wanted that real kind of cobbled together look like we have in some other parts of the Nether. So I just have this really rough kind of cave that barrels through all the black stone and the nether brick. And then as we get closer to our copper mine, you can see that I lined the portal with copper. I think that looks really cool. And then I put an item frame with a copper ingot to indicate that's the copper mine. I really like this space. I like how it's just kind of worn, uneven. Really, really cool looking. And that means we can take Nether Tunnel to Copper Mine off the wall of tasks. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. Fun fact, I put on some gold pants to keep the piglins from attacking me, and it turns out they have cursive binding on them. So I'm going to be wearing gold pants for a while. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.